I'm so privileged to be among you in this way. I know that I have been in several homes. I've met almost each one individually, and I have enjoyed fellowship. And all the way, as Brian says, all the way from the small details of those who know that I love root beer to the big details of how does the mission go on, how does the work go on. I value your time, and I'm so thankful that you could make it. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. I have, sometimes when you are away for some time, that's when you come back and you realize you are loved. You were not just loved, but you are still loved. People remember you. People are excited to hear you are back. They want you. So I've been in homes, eating and just being taken good care of. Everybody checking on me to see how I'm doing. At one time, I felt this was a short time because I didn't get to see everybody and everybody who wanted to see me. But I'm so glad that you have loved me this much. And I know that many of you love us as a family, but also love us very well in light of the ministry of our call. So I want to take you through a slide so that you can try to visualize what we are doing in Uganda. That's how it works. That's the map of Uganda, and Uganda is the size of Oregon, almost exactly. And those boundaries are for districts. We have about 70 districts, and those districts sometimes about 6 form a region. And for us in PT, we have done 8 regions. We call them like Southwest, we can call it West, we call it Central, and there are 8 regions. And that's how we approach our work. But that's Uganda. Well, this is the work that we do. And the work we do is to help the local church establish biblical priorities and methods for ministry. Again, in our philosophy, it's not just to share the message of the Bible, but it's to inform people that the Bible is also our manual. If we want to know what to say, but we want to know what to do and how to do it, the Bible shows us how those who preached, how did they preach, how should we preach, how should we lead, how should we organize people in the church setting. And so we are convinced that the effective preaching of God's word is what will transform Africa. Africa, again, I could say much about Africa, but Africa has been on the receiving end of many billions of dollars from World Bank and European Union and IMF and everywhere, and Africa is not changing. In fact, the more money powers into Africa, the more Africans go in disarray. Right now, there's a lot of money going into southern Sudan to get rehabilitated because Sudan has been at war for many years. But when we see how the southern Sudanese are coming with bundles of US dollars and buying cars, some of them live in Sheraton, for months. They are enjoying. When the money is gone, that place will still be poor. We think that when we teach, and we believe strongly that when we teach God's word, light shines. We have great Christian presence, but we have little Christian impact. And we're talking about that growth gap that can only come through discipleship. So PT exists to teach the Bible to those who teach it. And we want to make sure that biblical literacy comes in. At the beginning, we have a sunset picture. How nice to have. This picture was taken in Jinja, near the source of the Nile. But this is sunset. I thought it would be a nice picture for you to look at. We have those as well. So here is the family. Isabel, to my right. Okay, here. Right. Thank you. Yeah, some will not see. Can we all see now? Yeah. So Isabel is now 14 years, and Isaac, in front of me there, is 12 years old. Isaiah is 10, and Abigail will be 2 years in June. And there is Grace, our mother, because she calls me her firstborn son. And I agree, because she handles a few things that keep me a son. That's around our home. And I think Isabel took this picture, but that's Grace, I think, probably preparing to go for BSF. This is Isabel. She's quite cool. She's our height now. Yeah. And this is Isabel and Isaac at the center of Word of Life. Some of you may know Word of Life Fellowship International. And they had gone for a discipleship training. They are very strong in the Lord. That's Isaiah, growing very, very well in the Lord as well. And that's Abigail. That's the way she lives at the moment. Very excited. She wakes up and she says, "Where is Daddy? Where is Daddy?" So I look forward to seeing her this coming week. On this day, we were inaugurating Berea Baptist Church, the church that we planted in a tent there. And so Isaac and Isaiah were serving as ushers. So I asked them to put on their best. And then they identified themselves as small men in black. I think they have got something to do with men in black. We have a board of directors. Peter is the chairman, Peter and Elizabeth Asiimwe. He's also the chairman of Uganda Evangelical Mission Agency, and I'm the deputy chair. So we work together very, very closely. Very supportive they are. Peter has served with Campus Crusade for Christ for many years. He was up to recently the national director for Life Ministry Uganda, which is Campus Crusade for Christ. And we have the deputy chair is Dr. Reuben Musiime, and that's Reuben and Florence, his wife. He's the national director for AMG International. It's focused on children, but they do much more, and we partner also in training pastors. A very resourceful man, a graduate of Dallas Theological Seminary. We have a member, Sam Muhanguzi is a board member, and that's his family with Ann and their 3 daughters. A very resourceful man. He's a civil servant. He's the senior systems analyst for the Ministry of Works. He studied. He's a graduate of Daystar University. He did business administration, and he went on to France and Hartfield, I think around in USA. And the government holds him in high view. He's a very humble man. I sometimes tell him that if I knew all that he knew, I would let people know. He doesn't mind about letting people know, but he's highly honored in Ministry of Works as a senior systems analyst. Magaya, Pastor Johnson Magaya serves as the associate pastor for Kampala Baptist Church. That's his wife Sarah. And Johnson is a board member who is also the treasurer of PT back there. So this is the man that gets me my salary. This is the man that makes sure that we are financially straight as he looks through all that we are doing. A very faithful man and a trainer of other pastors. He also comes with us on trips to train pastors.